remember what type of equipments produce high electromagnetic interference? Yeah, alternators, inverters, those equipments, the start motor, the alternators that produce excessive electromagnetic interference. That's the enemy for those electronic equipment.
What is the meaning of a diode? Diode is the same like the check valves in hydraulic system. You remember in hydraulic system we have check valves in order to allow the flow of the fluid in one direction and block the flow of the fluid in the opposite direction. The diodes do the same function. It's pretty similar to the hydraulic check valve, and the function is at the end of the day exactly the same. This is the symbol for the diode. The positive side of the diode is the big rectangle, and the smaller rectangle is the negative side of the diode. And the flow is coming from the positive into the negative. Remember that in the positive terminal the electrons goes out, and those electrons are stored in the negative side. The negative side at the end of the day become more negative, and the positive side at the end of the day become more positive because more electrons are out. You remember in the harness of any type of engine, gas or diesel, we install one diode. You remember where we installed that diode? Yes, in the output of the alternator, in between the alternator and the run relay on the control box. This is the diode that when the alternator is producing power, that diode allows the flow of current into the relay and keep the relay normally and keep the relay closed. And the power enter into the solenoid of the fuel injection pump, and the engine continue running. This is the diode. It's located in the output of the alternator. In that cable, normally that cable is orange color. In that cable, if you open the harness and you check inside of the harness, you found that one diode located over there in order to block that currents coming from the ignition switch enter into the alternator and damage the stator of the alternator. Other type of diodes is the voltage regulator diodes. This is the diode that we use in the rectifier. You remember the project of the rectifier in order to convert AC current into DC current? Yes, it's with a voltage regulator diode. The function of a regulator is to provide a constant output. The center diode permit current to flow in the forward direction, but will also allow the flow in reverse direction when the voltage is over some specific value. The rectifier diode. This is the diode that we use on the bridge of diodes or rectifier, the previous project. Those diodes are used to rectify alternating current in power supplies. They can rectify current level that range from an amp and upwards. In general, those diodes are PN junction.
This is the advantage of transistors, and because transistor is that we have the new technologies. The new advantage in electronics is because transistors, and the transistors every day are more and more sophisticated. The transistors that you have on the screen right now are smaller elements. It's nothing. It's nothing. And internally, what is the construction of the transistor? Is basically germanium, is basically silica, and carbon. That's it. Semiconductor material. Where are produced the majority of the transistors? In the United States, of course, in Silicon Valley, in California. California, for that reason, that area have the name of Silicon Valley, because that area is the emporium for the development of electronic components. And of course, in China, in Philippines, in Japan, in India, there are a lot of areas dedicated to the production of micro components and specific transistors. The transistors have 3 wires: the emitter, the base, and the collector. Emitter, base, and collector. The transistor, in general terms, is a sandwich of three sections. It's a sandwich with 3 sections. In the sandwich, like this. It's a sandwich like this, with 3 sections. You can fill the first section with positive charge, the middle one with negative charge, and the last one with against with positive. The name of that transistor is PNP. Or you have the sandwich with the first compartment full of negative charge, the second compartment full of positive charge, and the third compartment full of negative charge. This is the NPN. And right now we are going to try to understand what is the meaning of NPN and what is the meaning of PNP. We are going to talk about the NPN transistor. NPN. You remember before I said that the NPN transistor is like a sandwich with 3 compartments. The first compartment is full of negative charge, negative charge, negative charge, negative charge, and the last one is negative charge, negative charge, negative charge, negative charge. Okay, in the middle one I have positive charge. The middle one is charged positive is because there are too much holes, too much holes, too much holes. Ah, yeah, I understand. Now I understand what happened. In this moment, the connection in between this, we are going to call that section the collector and that section the emitter. Okay. In this moment, the amount of electrons located in the collector area and the amount of electrons located in the emitter area, in the second area, they are not connected because in the middle, in between both of them, there are too much holes. If that small signal entered and fill this one with negative charge and this one and this one and this one and this one and this one, immediately the people from the collector area can pass through the emitter area because the people jumped between this and this and this and this and finally pass through the other side. You understand what is the meaning of that? I have a big hole, but suddenly a small signal enter and fill portion of the big hole and the people can pass through the other side. This is the example. Okay. The other type of transistors is the PNP. PNP. What is the meaning of that? The first compartment is full of positive charge. Is full of positive charge. The third compartment is also full of positive charge. And the middle one is full of negative charge. Is full of negative charge. In this particular case, the hole in the middle is with negative charge. You remember in the previous one, the hole in the middle is with positive charge. No, in this case, the hole is with negatives. What is the only way in order to pass that amount of positive charge into the other side? The only way is if I drain to ground those negative charge, immediately the positives can pass through the other side. Now I understand. The PNP is used, normally is used to drain. Per each of 1 milliamps on the base is possible allow the flow of 100 milliamps in between the collector and the emitter. That's simple. In this particular case, the gain of this transistor is 100. Let me explain in this picture. Okay, suppose that I have a transistor like this. This is NPN transistor, NPN, and okay, and this is the collector. This is the collector, and this is the emitter, and this is the base. Okay, all right. In the box of this transistor, they say that this transistor, the gain is 100. What is the meaning of that? Per each 1 milliamps that I introduce here on the base, 100 milliamps can pass through the other side. For that reason, the name of the nomenclature of this transistor is gain of 100. That's the meaning of the. I received phone calls related with the problems with the computer. In my boat the screen is blinking and the screen have lines. The screen. This is only 2 possibilities. Believe me, only 2 possibilities: background or high temperature. Background or high temperature, or dirty area. You need to keep that area properly clean. You need to avoid excessive amount of dirt because it's accumulated on the fans and on the circuit boards and increase the temperature. Okay, normally the problem is bad ground on the console, bad ground on the equipment, bad ground on the circuit board, loose ground, corroded terminals, bad ground, and the other one is high temperature. And other possibility for that problem, intermittent on the screens, erratic operation of the fish funder, for example, the deep funder, is electromagnetic interference. All the individual circuits in one. Yeah, in this one you have integrated. The fuel system is this one. Oh yeah, the run is that one. That's the beginning and this is the end. Oh nice. The stop, this is the beginning and this is the end. Oh, the fuel, this is the beginning and this is the end. I have in this board, printed board, all the paths for all the circuit that I need in my engine, for example, or in my GPS, or in my transducer. This is the circuit board. All the paths are integrated. Nice. And you can fabricate 1,000 of this one. Depending on how much you fabricate, the price goes down. There are countries like China and India and Philippines. They fabricate the circuit boards for nothing. The only that you need is send the diagram of each individual circuit. They integrate in one of these, and after that they fabricate thousands of that. Yes, you can integrate two big circuit boards like this in one microprocessor with this. Oh, wonderful. And I have the inputs in one side and the outputs in the other side. And all of the circuits of those circuit boards are integrated here. How many microprocessors like this you have in your cell phone? If you open your cell phone right now, how many of those microprocessors you found? A lot. Now you understand why in your cell phone you have a lot of functions. Can I check the weather? Okay, let me. I drop the app for weather, and right now I have weather. Can I use my cell phone to operate the traffic? Yes. Can I use my cell phone to operate the air condition system in my home and the circuit of the cameras in my home? Yes. Each of those apps is one microprocessor.